from Southside Garage for part 2 of the Harley Burnout bike, and today we're going to be addressing the carby. We'll get that off, get it cleaned up a little bit, have a look at it, see if it's worth rebuilding or reusing, or whether we'll just get a new one, and then we'll take it from there. So a quick walk around before we get started. In my stash of parts, I found enough bits to make an air cleaner. It's all the bolts, whatnot, fuel line, filter. We've got a fuel tank. So over this side, before we take the carby off, we're just going to need to undo that choke cable mount there, because the choke will come out with the carby. Over this side, we're going to have to back all the cables off these adjustments here. This cable here with the yellow paint on it, we know that that goes to this side of the throttle, and down here, and it goes to the outside of the carby there, just so we don't get the cables mixed up. There's a vacuum line here that's got to come off, and then we could slide that carby out of there. I've already gone through and checked all these threads with the bolts that I've got, and everything's okay there. Just making sure that nothing was cross-threaded or anything there, so we're all good there. So I'll just go ahead and do that and get the carby off, and then I'll bring you back. This cable that went to the inside of the linkage, the one with the little spring on it, I took that one off first, and then that enabled me to get this one here from the outside to get it off. This outside one is the one that we put a yellow mark on. And over here is the carby. The butterfly was seized, which made it very difficult to turn this to get the cables off, but we got there eventually. So I'm just going to strip this now. I won't bore you with that, and then we'll have a look at the condition of the inside of it. Okay, we got the carby apart, and it's all good news. Diaphragm here is still nice and soft, and so on, no splits in it, so that'll be okay. The diaphragm in the accelerator pump is the same, it's still usable. The pin that holds the float on was seized as I expected, but just kept on tapping away there with a small punch and was able to get that out. Float bowl, it's not particularly bad. That's quite good, that'll clean up fine. The jets, of course, the main jet wasn't blocked, but as expected, the pilot jet's completely blocked since it's only so small. It came apart quite well actually, and inside's actually quite clean. So we're going to give that a good bath and a good soaking. Choke cable seized, but we should be able to free that up. Bit of massaging and so on. The needle is rusted up there, but we'll clean that up with a bit of Scotch-Brite. I don't think it's bent or anything like that. Seems okay. Emulsion tube, that'll clean up. The only things we'll need to replace here is the 4 bolts that come out of the float bowl. They were seized really bad, so I had to get onto that with some small vice grips, and eventually got those out. So we'll need 4 new ones there, and that fuel inlet that we mentioned in the first video, that's broken. We'll need one of those. So good news so far. We're going to rebuild this carby and throw it back on. Okay, I'm going to have a crack at getting this broken fitting out. I actually already have put the vice grips on there, tried to turn it and get it out, and she's pretty firm. But I'm going to heat it up with the heat gun there for a while, just in case it's being glued as well. In there, some sort of adhesive or whatever, and a bit of heat just might do the trick. So I'll heat it up with the heat gun and give it another crack. Okay, I've finally got that broken fuel pipe out of there. Just using the heat gun and a pair of vice grips, and eventually it came out, although it was very tight. The choke cable, we've got that freed up now. We'll put a bit of lube on that. We need to blow out the all the accelerator pump stuff, float bowl, and all the orifices on the carby. We'll give them all a good blowout, and reassemble. So where we're up to now is I disassembled the carby, soaked all the parts in petrol for a day or two, and then blew out all the orifices and so on. But I've actually got my doubts about this carby, because the in behind the needle and seat, that was so badly blocked that even 100 psi of air wouldn't blow it out. I had to get in there with some jet cleaners and loosen up whatever was clogged up in there before I could blow it out. So, you know, I've got my doubts about that small orifice for the accelerator pump and so on. So what I'm going to do is just reassemble this carby, and what we will be using is a brand new one. So that'll be going on. I've just got to take the float bowl off that and just check the jetting. It comes with about 4 different sets of jets and so on in the box, so I'll just check what jetting's in there, make sure it's the same as what was running before or close to it. So that should sort out the carby side of it. I think we might end this video, and then we'll start part 3, whereas we're going to delete all this diaphragm pump, fuel pump stuff and all that, and do a mod on the fuel tank petcock, hopefully, so we could just convert it to a normal on-off petcock, and then we'll be close to seeing if this thing's going to run. So stay tuned for part 3.